Oopsies, and thank you for joining me today for your pick a tarot card reading. So, pile 1 is this squishy hamster. Pile 2 is this 4th of July star. And pile 3 is this piece of rocky coral. So, pick one pile and one pile only for something you've always wanted to know, something you've been craving and dying to know. And we shall begin. And you can book your own tarot reading with me on TonyBomboni.com. Make sure you use that coupon code TONY2 for 20% off all my services, unlimited use. They're lifetime use. Okay, so we'll start with card 1, the squishy hamster. What are the messages for you if you picked the squishy hamster? So we have the 6 of Pentacles. So I'm seeing here, I don't know why I hear disruption in your daily life. It's sort of some boss or higher up entity kind of refusing to give you that raise, or they're sort of being very needy in particular, really asking for too much. They're not really following through on their promises or keeping them. They're sort of saying like, oh, yeah, maybe another time, Jimmy, right? They're not really pursuing more with you in terms of your career. So maybe you've always been wondering like about this boss or higher up person or entity, how their feelings are towards you. We have 10 of Pentacles here. It's like they're promising growth. They're promising that you'll get more, but it's like it never came. I do think that eventually there will be a pay raise. There will be something more. It is coming for you. It's just right around the corner. And I think they're sort of like dangling a carrot in your face, knowing that they could pay you more, but they don't. They're that type of a person. So I think, they're just giving pennies when they should give dollars, right? They should provide more. So maybe you're asking in your heart, like, is this the right career for me? Maybe it has been. Ace of Wands here. It has been appropriate for you, but however, on a deep level, like it's time to move on. There's something more waiting. There's something different for you. In terms of this, you just have to kind of like, there's certain things we have to keep our mouths closed, right? And as they say, closed mouths don't get fed. So maybe they want to see you maybe close your mouth about some things, but open your mouth about others, right? Like, when it comes time to ask for a pay raise, are you willing to ask shamelessly? Are you willing to confidently say, hey, I need this? I think Spirit's trying to tell you, you do need it. You do deserve it. You're just not putting your best foot forward. 2 of Wands. It's time, clearly, you take action. And then I see here 7 of Wands. Needing to speak up and speak out, needing to fight for what you want and what you feel you deserve and desire, right? You have to say something about it, because someone else is going to take that position, that pay, that job, that role. Someone else is going to do it if you don't. So you need to make sure that you are willing to be challenged. Sometimes in life you have to be challenged. You have to do a little extra to get a little more, you know. If you want that extra digit in your paycheck, you got to be willing to do more. You know, you have to work your butt off. So there's like a lot of this tension with in terms of knowing this, maybe wondering and weighing the options, like, am I willing to really put in more for this boss who doesn't give me more already? You know, it's almost like gonna feel like you have to beg or something. Maybe you signed in a management deal or contract that's binding, and, you know, again, you can only say so much, reveal or expose so much. But it's a long road. I feel like you've had such a long road, and you didn't expect it to take this long. You didn't think, oh, you know, me being here today was just going to take this long, you know. And so I think that's deep down something you always wanted to know. Is there more? You feel like there's something more. You're reaching for something more on the other side. And there is. The answer is yes. But you have to fight. There's a lot of other people doing what you're doing and wanting what you want, right? So you just have to put your best foot forward here. Give your best. Give it your all. Now is a great time to really work creatively in your passionate pursuits and give it your all. Act like the rent is due. That's what I'm saying, okay? Because it is. The rent's due every month, honey, right? So put your best work forward, all right? And it's going to prosper you. I think this is something you've always deep down wondered. Okay. So there's card 1, TonyBomboni.com. If this resonates and you want to book more with me, let's go ahead with card 2, the blue star, the festive star. Okay, so we have the strength card. That's always a great card to start in. You're always wondering, am I strong? Am I willing to keep going like this? Yes, you are. This is your sign that, in fact, you are. You can keep going like this. And I think some of you may be on the brink of giving up. Don't ever give up. You're just about to start your new breakthrough and blessings. Coconut water. I'm seeing this for a lot of people, like, the biggest blessing and breakthrough is still around the corner. I know I've been saying that for the last year, but a year is not a long time in God's eyes. So that could be a big corner you're turning. It could be a huge corner. It's not a small street corner. No, it's a big corner. So you're just now starting to see the blessings come through. If that makes any sense. So you want big results, you got to turn the big corner. It's going to take some time. It might take another year, but you're going to see it. It's going to come. 9 of Cups. You're waiting though. You're so patient. You're eagerly waiting on just things to happen, things to unfold, desires to manifest. It seems as though, you know, September, the 9 is really giving me that September vibe, as though something in September will unfold where, like, the magic really starts to happen. We have the 2 of Swords. And she's telling a story of how she is just not seeing things clearly, not seeing through God's eyes, you know, like, her will, her way, right? Not God's will, God's way, right? Like, it's sort of like that, you know, you're not letting the universe work for you. You're sort of clinging on and holding on to what you expect it's going to look like. You cannot predict how your blessing and breakthrough is going to unfold. You just can't. You can't. Especially when God works for you. It's like He's going to make a way and open a door for you that you don't see right now. And you're trying to manifest the exact dream, but He's giving you what you're meant to be manifesting. So, Temperance. You gotta wait. You gotta be patient. You gotta act like you already got that thing, right? You gotta be so thankful to the Lord. You gotta like just be so grateful, right? You have to be in such immense gratitude to whatever and whoever you believe, right? I know not everyone believes in God. When I say God, I mean universe, right? Like, it's one and the same anyways. So it's, you're not seeing it because you are still expecting things to go the same way they've always been. Same results, same outcomes. This is a different time now, though, right? So you're always wondering, like, is this even going to happen? Is my breakthrough coming? I think a lot of people are wondering this, like, am I getting my big dreams? Like, yes, you will get them. 10 of Cups. So I'm sort of noticing how, like, they're all on the right side, like all these cups here. She's holding cups. There's 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is a great outcome. It's a positive news, positive messages. It's sort of, you hear from someone after a long time that wants to work with you again. It could be someone wants to sign a contract with you and really be on board with you and say, okay, it didn't work round 1, but round 2, I believe in you now. This time it's going to work out. I can see how maybe I should have hired you early on, And so they're really desperately eager. It almost feels like a sponsor, promotion, collaboration entity. Like, it's just someone that really wants to work with you. I can also see how in this card arrangement that it could have been also somebody who you had feelings for at one point, and they could come back and make a rerun, round 2 in that department as well, right? Like, let's try this over. Let's see how things work between us in a relationship now, moving forward, that we have grown up a little bit, matured a little more, had life hurt us a little more, scraped our knees a bit more. Sometimes if you fall in love with someone in your 20s, it doesn't work out, you come back, meet in your 40s, you're like, oh my gosh, it just renews that attraction, and you realize you actually love that person all along, deep down inside, even though you just forgot about them, moved on with your life, got married, and then you come back and you're like, oh, so it could be like you weren't seeing clearly. So I think it's something you always deep down wanted to know there as well. But this could have something to do with your success moving forward as well, right? This person might come into the round 2 of your life because they're meant to be around you when you're more successful, or when you really have more of your ducks in a row here, if you always struggle feeling like, I can't get my crap together, now you won't anymore. This is showing you that things are going to be in alignment. And you, again, are given the strength to overcome any hardship that you have on your way. Because the more success you get, it's going to be a harder challenge for you. You're going to have thicker skin. You're going to have to deal with a lot more, of the public or something like that. So it's going to be hard, but it's going to be enjoyable, fulfilling, and rewarding, and very much soul growing. Okay? So TonyBomboni.com for your own personal spread with me. Card 3, if you picked the Coral Rock. I found this on the beach one day. It's really beautiful. What's happening? What if you something you've been always wondering about? So very powerful cards here. My goodness. So we have Temperance. I'm sorry. Judgment. Judgment card is sort of saying, in this case specifically, like, you're judging yourself. You're, kind of like, in a way, criticizing who you are, but that's because I feel like it stems mostly from others' judgments of other people in general. Like, people in general judge. People always gonna judge. You'll be, in your eyes, perfect, and everything will be, in the right way, and then someone will say, there's always someone, right? So you have to just realize that and accept that. And then no matter what you do, someone's going to not like you. And I think you just have to do your own thing at this point and not worry so much about the critics, right? Death, I can see how it's like death of the old you. Like you kind of have to move on, shed that old skin, grow thicker skin, and just keep going. You know that this is like you're shedding old layers right now, right? So you can't focus on like, oh my God, I'm shedding these layers. It's so ugly and scary. You have to keep moving forward. You're gonna freeze if you don't. You know. That's how people get stuck in life, you know. You just have to keep going. You can't look back. You can't question or doubt yourself. You just go, go, go. Okay? This is your sign to keep moving forward. So we have 5 of Swords. It's hard, though. It's hard to let that person go. It's hard to let that situation that you once thought would have worked out go. You know, you can't just do that. Like, on a drop of a dime, it doesn't work that way. I feel like some of you are in a time crunch too, like you only have a week or a month or something, maybe a year at most. You have to figure it out. It's like you're told, okay, figure it out. You have a year to figure things out, you know. It might have also something to do with your past as well. Maybe that's coming for us again, like a replay of sorts or something, where you're like repeating something, but now the universe is letting you know, like, hey, make sure you pass this test. Okay, so you don't have to keep replaying that loop. It's more a loop than karma. It feels like a loop, a pattern of something you just are not recognizing or not learning from quite yet. Deep, very deep messages today. So we have Justice. Okay. If she chooses to focus. Come on, Justice lady. I guess Justice is blind because she couldn't focus. No, but really. And I feel like to say with this card, you know, maybe some of you honestly need to think more highly of yourself. And maybe some of you think too highly of yourself, right? There's a fine balance. Justice is about balance. It's the scales of this Libra energy, right? So just keep in mind to weigh out your judgments too. Like, yeah, there's appropriate judgments like, oh, my hair is a mess. Maybe I shouldn't go out like this today. That's an appropriate judgment. Like, you don't want to step out looking cray, right? But then when you're like, oh, I'm so fat. Oh, I'm so skinny. Oh my God, I need to lose weight. Like, you're judging yourself for no reason. Everyone's body's different. Why are you judging? You know, people 1,000 years ago didn't say, oh, I'm so big. That's fake culture we live in today. Everyone's judging because of social media. So, you know, don't be so hard on yourself, right? Hierophant. So I'm really overall getting this vibe, kind of like, you're really going to have this more enlightened perspective. Like, you're going to realize what this is all about. Okay? I think you're always wondering, like, who am I? Or, like, what's my place in the world? And you have a special, important role. You have a big part to play in this game. But you're not seeing it, you know. I do believe in my heart you will have a higher up, more important role or position. Maybe you're going to take over a family business, or you're just going to have some influence, more power than money. I'm seeing it more like influence, power. And that's worth way more than money, by the way. When you know the right people, that's worth way more. So I definitely see that happening for you. And I think you always wonder deep down, like, is my life going to change to where I'm more in alignment with who I am? And I feel like you're going to start to recognize who you are more with age and time. And you might even be criticizing, like, why did it have to take so long? Why did this have to happen now in my life? Why couldn't happen it sooner? Because you didn't have the maturity. You couldn't handle this level and frequency of responsibility and decisions. And I feel like you end up deciding who gets hired, who gets fired, like something like that. But again, you have to work on yourself first before that unfolds. You can't just become the general manager. You can't just become the CEO. You have to believe in yourself enough and work on yourself enough to say, yes, this is me. I do deserve to be here. I worked to be here, And so I think you're always just wondering, like, why didn't it happen to me sooner? Why did it happen to somebody first? And then before me, why was I not first in line, right? And it's because of your judgments. It's because of all those words, spoken and unspoken, those thoughts you have about yourself that are not of the most high, loving vibration. So be kinder to yourself now. Because again, you're shedding old skin already as we speak. So don't judge the skin, okay? Otherwise it's going to get nasty. All right, so don't be nasty to yourself. Okay, so that was your reading. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed. Be well, stay safe out there, and have a blessed rest of your evening. Join me on TonyBomboni.com for your own personal card reading with me, okay? I hope you enjoyed your pick a card reading.